Hosting a fancy soiree on your agenda? There's no need to fear. My elegant and easy, jazzy vegetarian party menu is here. So please join me.
Jazzy, you're gonna be healthy with the jazzy vegetarian. Jazzy, so snazzy. We're gonna cook something healthy and light. Jazzy, so snazzy.
So join me in the kitchen right now.
We're gonna cook something healthy and light. That's right.
Hosting a dinner party can be daunting, but today I'm going to make it really easy for you with my perfect party recipes. Walnut, beet, and tofu salad starts off the meal with a flourish. And then an easy but elegant main meal features a savory mushroom stroganoff served over hearty fusilli pasta. And then on the side, simple broccoli with lemon sauce complements just beautifully. And to finish with a flourish, sinfully delicious chocolate mousse ginger pie whips up in a flash. So let's prepare it now. Elegant but easy. What more could we want from a party? You know, even after all the parties that I have thrown, I still get really, really nervous when I'm putting my menu together. I think sometimes it could be the most challenging thing to do when you're putting together a dinner party. So today I thought, let me make it easy for myself and then make it easy for you. Now I'm going to start off with my fabulous chocolate mousse ginger pie. And it only has 5 ingredients in it for the whole pie, so what could be better? But no one would ever know because it comes out tasting absolutely fantastic. So this is what we're going to start with. Some store-bought vegan ginger cookies. I'm going to toss in 2 to 2.5 cups of these ginger cookies. There we go. Instant little ginger cookie crumbs. So I'm going to get my mixing bowl. Just toss them in your mixing bowl. All right, then I have melted 1/2 cup of vegan margarine. Just pour that right in there. But you basically want to get those crumbs nice and moistened with that vegan margarine. It's a little bit dry, but not too dry. We're just going to take a 9-inch pie plate and put our crust right in there. This couldn't be easier. This is all going to set up in the refrigerator. So once this starts getting cool, it's going to make a nice, really fabulous crunchy crunch underneath our chocolate mousse filling. So you're just going to start patting it all down, pressing it down with your hands while you're turning your pie pan around, just kind of like I'm doing, pressing it down with your palms and then pushing it out with your fingertips. Much easier than rolling out a pie crust. So this is a great alternative, and it just tastes delicious. That's really what's important, right? Looks delicious, tastes delicious. Looks delicious, tastes delicious. Put those two together, it's jazzy-licious. And then you see we've pressed up some of these cookie crumbs on the side. We're just going to press them down very firmly with our fingers, making a nice ginger crust for our pie. And that's it. Isn't that so pretty? So we're going to make our mousse now. I'm going to start off with 3/4 cup of non-dairy vanilla milk. You just want to get that to almost the boiling point. I'm going to turn that up just a tad. So what would chocolate mousse ginger pie be without chocolate? I'm using 2 3.5-ounce chocolate bars. Not the bittersweet chocolate. You want regular chocolate candy bar, so to speak. But make sure that it is vegan. Just make sure there's no milk. And make sure it's dark chocolate. And I'm going to cut it up just into small pieces. Both of the bars, I have one already chopped up, as you can see. Kind of like the size of chocolate chips. And what else is in this pie? I'm using some soft silken tofu. You can also use regular soft tofu, and I have drained the tofu, and it's 1 block of tofu, about 15 ounces. So just put that right in your blender container. And then we're going to add our chocolate. Just toss the chocolate right on top of your tofu. All right, so there's my 2 chopped up bars of vegan chocolate. I'm going to check on my non-dairy vanilla soy milk. Just want it simmering Right before I pour it on, I turn the heat up and just start to watch those bubbles go there. Once you see the bubbles, it's not actually boiling, that's when it's ready. We're going to pour it right over the top of those chocolate pieces. It's going to melt it, mix it all together. It's going to be a beautiful mousse that we're going to pour right into our pie plate. Now you've got to work very, very quickly. You're going to bring this over, and you're going to pour that right over the top of the chocolate, making sure you pour it directly on top. Put the top on. Work very quickly here. Leave a little air space in there because we are working with hot liquid. You're going to turn it on low. Make sure your blender is on low. And then just start that going there. There you go. Now we're starting to make our mousse. Make sure you have that air hole on the top. You want to have plenty of room for the steam to escape from your blender. Beautiful. That is it. We're going to pour it into our pie crust, and then we're going to put it into the refrigerator for about 3 to 6 hours until it firms up. Now, you want to work quickly here because it's going to start to firm up very, very quickly. All you want to do is pour it as evenly as possible into your pie crust. And just take a spatula and smooth it out. Because whatever kind of a pattern you make at this point, that's the pattern that's going to be on your pie once it firms up. So you want to kind of just spread it out, make sure it gets into your crust on the side. Okay. Fabulous. That is good. My easy and elegant chocolate mousse ginger pie. I'm going to put that in the refrigerator to chill now. Next up, my beet, walnut, and smoked tofu salad. Now first I'm starting off with some smoked tofu. It's really a great complement to this fabulous, elegant salad. So I am going to slice it into some pretty diagonal slices. Just cut across. That's going to make some really beautiful little slices to garnish our salads up with. So I'm going to take about 3 ounces, 4 cups of lightly packed mixed baby greens. So take about 1/4 of your greens, place them right in the middle. And then I've roasted 4 beets, took the skins off, sliced them very thinly. You can also boil the beets if you want. I'm just going to take a couple of those beet slices and place them on one side of the salad like that. Let me wash off my hands because I'm getting beet juice all over everything. I'm going to take 1/4 of my smoked tofu slices and just arrange them on the other side of the salad. You can pretty much do this however you like. Whatever is pleasing to you as far as an arrangement is concerned. What would walnut, beet, and tofu salad be without walnuts? I have them finely chopped, and we're just going to take about 1 tablespoon of those and sprinkle them all over the top like that. A little bit in the middle, right there. And then some of the whole walnuts, just take 2 or 3 of them, place them right over the salad. Now, what would be better on walnut, beet, and tofu salad than walnut dressing? I'm starting with 1/2 cup of walnuts, a little more, a little less. And then 1/2 cup of water. You want to use filtered or spring water. And then to flavor it, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of tamari. There we go. And then I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of Italian herbs, and then a clove of garlic. And you just want to slice it up a little bit like that so it really gets integrated into the dressing. And then last but not least, a little bit of fresh ground pepper. That's it. Now you're going to be amazed. This is such a creamy and fantastic dressing. Very mild in flavor with that little pop of garlic. Want to blend it until it becomes nice and creamy in texture. All right, that should be good now. Oh yeah, look at that. It makes an instant creamy dressing, almost almost kind of like something you might use on a Caesar salad. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And I'm just going to pour it into a pretty little serving container. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Nice and thick and creamy. It's a very fresh tasting dressing. It's really going to complement this beautiful salad. And that's it, our first course. Next up, I have my broccoli with lemon sauce, the perfect side for this fabulous party.
Elegant and easy. This meal is really breezy.
I love broccoli, especially when you're entertaining. It's just so pretty on the plate. And what I've done is I've just cut a head of broccoli into florets, and I have a steamer going with some water. I really do like to steam broccoli. Why? Because if you boil it, it tends to get a little bit too soft and also tends to lose its pretty green color. You'll see when I steam it, it gets nice and bright green, and that's what you want when you're serving your broccoli. It wants to have that nice pop of green on the plate and have a little bit of a crunch to it, but not too much, just so it's crisp tender. And that's it. You're going to put it in there about 10 minutes before you serve it and let it steam as you're getting the rest of your dinner together. And now I'm going to put together my very simple lemon sauce, which is fresh lemon. I'm going to start off with a squeeze. Okay, it's great. So we've got juice of a half of a lemon is what we're starting off with here. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic powder. You could add fresh garlic if you want, but I like the mellow taste of garlic powder in this recipe. A little bit of all-purpose seasoning. You could also use some oregano, some basil, some Italian herbs, whatever you like. A little bit of fresh ground pepper. Just a tiny, tiny touch of tamari, about 1/4 teaspoon. A little bit of olive oil, about a tablespoon in this. And I'm going to use a little bit of sea salt. Let me grab it over here. Just about 1/8 teaspoon. That's all you need. Now let's whisk it up. Boy, that smells good. This also makes a great salad dressing. Well, we're ready to get to our main event, which is our mushroom stroganoff. So savory, but so elegant. Well, while the dinner is cooking, I thought I'd just finish setting my table. Doesn't it look really beautiful? And here's my centerpiece. And that's really my green entertaining tip of the day. Whenever you host a fancy soiree, you don't always have to rush out and buy flowers. What I do is I usually use what I have on hand. Well, today I had some beautiful begonias blooming in my garden. I just snipped off the tops, put them in the vase, put them in the middle of the table. There's a beautiful centerpiece. Now that's green entertaining. Let's get back to cooking. I'm so excited to make my mushroom stroganoff for you. And this recipe is in my cookbook. There's actually a couple of different ways that you can make this stroganoff. The way I'm going to do it for you today, I'm going to use 2 different kinds of mushrooms. I'm going to use the beautiful cremini or baby bella mushrooms, which you can find in just about any supermarket. And I'm also going to use portobello mushrooms. You could also use shiitake mushrooms with this if you like, but that's what I'm using today. I also have a red Bermuda onion, which I've sliced very thinly. So that's really going to add a nice pop of color and a great bit of taste. So we're really going to have a variety of textures, tastes, and flavors. It's going to look so beautiful. I'm serving it over pasta instead of noodles. So we're just doing a little twist on the classic stroganoff. Now, another way you can make this, you can do this with tempeh. Now, tempeh is a fermented soybean product. You can find it in the tofu section in your supermarket. You can slice it up just almost like portobello mushrooms. So sometimes I make this half with the cremini mushrooms and half with the tempeh. Here's how we're going to start off. I have 1 large Bermuda onion, which I have just sliced kind of into slivers like this. You can chop it if you want, but I like to do these thin slices, because it really adds a great texture to this beautiful stroganoff. Now we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil, about a half of a tablespoon or so. You don't actually have to use the olive oil. You could just use a little bit of broth. I'm going to add just about a tablespoon or 2 of broth and get these onions going. Get that flavor going. Absolutely jazzalicious. So we've got that on a medium heat. So let's get to our mushrooms. What I've done is I've just de-stemmed them and sliced them into nice thin slices like this. Really, if you want to save on time, you know what you can do? For this, you can buy those mushrooms that you get in the supermarket that are already pre-cut. And then to our portobello mushroom. You do want to pop out the stem. You're just going to take your forefinger and your thumb, and you're just going to pop that stem right out of there. Usually comes out pretty cleanly, and that it did. Let's just check on our beautiful onions. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. It's nice to get the base flavors happening, and that's what these onions are going to give us, some really great base flavor. Going to add about half a teaspoon of organic tamari and a little pop of cayenne pepper for just a little heat. Look how that tamari is browning those onions already, giving them some really beautiful color, helping to add the layers of flavor in our fabulous Savory Mushroom Stroganoff. Top back on. So we're back to our portobello mushroom. We're just going to slice it long ways into nice, beautiful slices, very, very thinly. Place them with the others. And to the second half. There you go. So there they are. They're all prepped. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Those onions are ready, ready, ready. I've got it on medium heat. I'm going to turn it down to medium low. That's looking pretty good. Now what I have here is I have 8 ounces of the cremini or baby bella mushrooms, and I have 8 ounces of the portobello mushrooms. So since these portobello mushrooms are a little bit thicker and they take a little bit longer to cook, we're going to put those in first, just like that. And to that, we're going to add a little more tamari over the top, just to get some flavor into those mushrooms. And about a teaspoon of dried basil. Add a little bit of that broth. This is going to end up making our gravy. Pinch more of that cayenne. Just put that right over the top. Let's put on the top. And let's let that cook for about 5 minutes. Look how nicely that's coming along. And now I'm going to add my baby bella mushrooms. Isn't that fabulous? Oh, that smells good. Just incorporate them right in there. See how it's looking kind of stroganoff-y. Now we're going to continue to add our broth. I'm going to use about 2 to 3 cups of broth. Sometimes I even use 4 cups in all. Let's get this cooking and get those flavors going. And then we're going to make this into a gravy. I have a little jazzy twist there. But meanwhile, let's get our pasta going. So I've got 8 ounces of fusilli pasta. Just going to put it right in there. It's going to cook for about 8 minutes till it's al dente, till it has a little bite to it. Meanwhile, we're going to make the gravy for our stroganoff. You're just going to use about a half a cup of that veggie broth that we've been using today, continuing with that same flavor. About 1 tablespoon of whole grain flour. This is what's going to thicken our sauce. Just incorporate that flour into that broth. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Just take this flour mixture and pour it right into your stroganoff, just like that. Now we're going to bring it back up to a simmer, and you're going to see that it starts to thicken. And if it doesn't thicken enough, you have a little bit more of that whole grain flour. You're going to add some about a half teaspoon at a time till you get it to the amount of thickness that you want. You also want to cook it because think about it, that's raw flour you just put in there. So you want to make sure that you simmer it and cook it so that flour gets cooked through so you don't have a floury taste in your savory mushroom stroganoff. So let's put the top on, let it simmer a bit, let our pasta finish cooking, and I'm going to plate this baby up for you. I'm going to give a party. Elegant and easy. Wouldn't you be proud to serve this to any guests coming to your home? It's a quick and easy way to throw a fabulous, elegant soiree. And let's look at our first course, our beautiful walnut, Beet and Tofu Salad. And I just have to take a little taste. A little bit of that tofu, a little bit of that roasted beet, tiny little bit of walnut. Oh, wow. That dressing, like I said, it almost tastes like a Caesar dressing. That fabulous smoked tofu and those beautiful roast beets. Very healthy and very beautiful way to start your elegant soiree. We just take a taste of that broccoli. I love broccoli with lemon sauce. Just perfect. A little bit crisp with that pop of lemon. Really, really delicious. Look at that beautiful stroganoff. It's so easy to plate up. I just put it over that fusilli, a little bit of the gravy, and some nice fresh parsley. You can also serve it family style like I have over here. What does it taste like? Let me just give it a little taste. One of these beautiful portobello mushrooms. Just a little bit of that fabulous pasta. Oh, wow. That is so good. Oh, that is so flavorful. With that nice gravy where we layered that flavor and that tamari and a little bit of that basil, and it all cooked together and made a wonderful mushroom stroganoff. That is something you must try. What could be prettier than my beautiful chocolate mousse ginger pie? It was so quick and so easy. And I just dressed it out with some nice raspberries, a little bit of chocolate curls in the middle. You could also just put some cocoa powder over the top. Take a nice slice. Of course, that first piece is always the most difficult to get out. I'm going to get it right out of there. There we go. Not too bad for the first piece. Take a couple more of these chocolate curls over the top. Get a little piece of that with that beautiful crisp crust. A little bit of that chocolate. This is so good. I love this pie. That's gonna make you dance and sing. That nice crispy crust, that cookie crust, that beautiful mousse is so creamy. If you served this and told people that you put eggs and cream in it, they would believe you. So rich, so decadent tasting. 5 ingredients, the whole pie. That's pretty cool. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today. Now, if you're thinking of hosting an at-home soiree, I hope you'll give my easy and elegant party menu a try. So until next time, be happy, be healthy, and be well. From the Jazzy Vegetarian.
Visit our website at jazzyvegetarian.com to connect with Laura, see videos, find your favorite recipes, and more. Follow Laura on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Laura Theodore's Jazzy Vegetarian Classics features recipes from this series, and it's available for $26.95. Jazzy Vegetarian, a collection of favorite recipes, is available for $24.95. A set of both cookbooks is available for $44.95. For information or to order, visit jazzyvegetarian.com.
Organic love, 100% natural. Yes, it is now. Organic love. I've got no additives or no preservatives. It's real intuitive. It's downright primitive. Organic love is 100% natural. Yes, it is now.